A group of 13 illegals try to get across the border, and every one of them is dressed up and looks like they're U.S. Marines. Now, on the surface of these pictures, nothing looks too out of the ordinary. A military van full of U.S. Marines. But alert agents, border agents at the Campo border stop, which is over by San Diego, saw some things that didn't fit. Let's start with the van, for example. It did indeed belong to the United States military, but it had been reported stolen out of the Marine base in Yuma several months ago, which is probably where they first kind of cooked up the plot. They thought, well, we got a military vehicle here. But they had altered the plates. The checkpoint agents noticed the government plates, and in fact, I think we can zoom right in here and I'll show you here. Take a look at that. See what they tried to do? They tried to turn a 0 into an 8, but that looked pretty crudely done. The 13 people in the van had paid $3,800 to get smuggled into the U.S., and 10 of the 13 were deported back to Mexico, but 3 are actually being held here so that they can testify against the coyotes, the human smugglers who are trying to smuggle them in. You know what happens a lot of times, these coyotes, yeah, they charge $3,000 or $4,000 to sneak somebody into the country, but then they bring them here, they get them into a drop house, and they hold them for ransom. Things can obviously take a bad turn. Now, they are both U.S. citizens that they were in what's called the scout car that were down the road. I'm talking about these coyotes, U.S. citizens. Inside that car were reportedly a bunch of fake Marine documents. So now there are a lot of questions about the case. In fact, Naval Criminal Investigation is in on this, kind of like NCIS, like the TV show. It's all spelled out in some documents, and the question obviously is, they know where they got the van. It was stolen right out of Yuma. But where'd they get those military uniforms, and where did they come up with these fake documents as well? So it's all pretty interesting. One interesting note, you guys, all 13 illegal aliens thought they could obviously make this happen, or they wouldn't have done it in the first place. So they made the one mistake with the license plate, but their other mistake was probably almost enough to qualify for News of the Weird. You know what they did?
What they did? What?
All 13 of them had the same name on right on their little name badge there.
What was the name?
Every one of them was Marine Perez. So that was probably, you know, when the Border Patrol gets together and tells their stories, that's when they'll
yeah.
Wow.
Well, I can imagine when they pulled him over, they said, "May I have your name, Private Perez? Your name, Private Perez. Your name, Private Perez. Private Perez. Private Perez." Oh, you got a big family in the Marine Corps.
There's not a red flag at all there.